My husband said he couldn't attend my graduation because of a last-minute work trip. I walked across that stage alone, holding back tears. Later that night, my best friend sent me a video from a rooftop bar. He was there, kissing his secretary. I waited 2 weeks and threw a celebration dinner where I played the video on the TV. His mom whispered, "How could you do this to her?" He sat in silence as I packed my diploma and walked out. The secretary was fired. He lost his job. I got a promotion. And peace. I've been sitting on this for a while. Figured it's time to finally tell the story of how my marriage blew up and how I got my revenge. It's long, but every word is real. I'm from Fort Collins, Colorado. Born and raised. It's the kind of place where people mow their lawns on Saturdays and wave at each other even if they barely know your name. Growing up, I thought life would stay simple like that. I thought love meant something. I met Aaron when I was 22. I was working nights at a greasy diner and trying to pay for community college classes one semester at a time. He came in one night with a couple of guys from his office, still in his suit and tie. I was tired, sweaty, smelled like French fries, but he treated me like I was someone worth noticing. He left me a $50 tip on a $20 check. The next night, he came back. The night after that, too. We started dating fast. He took me to nice restaurants, bought me little things for no reason, told me he loved how hardworking I was. After a year, he proposed. We had a backyard wedding at my parents' place with less than 50 people. Cheap but sweet. I wore my sister's old wedding dress. Aaron said he didn't care about big fancy things. He just wanted me. For the first few years, things were good. We rented a small house near Old Town. He got promoted a couple of times. I finished my associate's degree and decided to push for something bigger, nursing school. I wanted to build a real career, something stable, something that mattered. Aaron acted proud. He bragged to his friends about how smart his wife was. Whenever I felt guilty about missing dinner because of a clinical shift, he kissed my forehead and said, "You're doing God's work, babe." I should have seen the cracks sooner. He started working later. Started picking fights over nothing. Started calling me boring when I didn't want to go out drinking after a 12-hour hospital shift. But I told myself all couples have rough patches. I pushed through. For us. Then came graduation day. I had been dreaming about my nursing school graduation for 2 years. I paid for that degree with blood, sweat, tears, and tips from endless graveyard shifts. I wanted Aaron there more than anyone. 2 nights before the ceremony, he sat me down and said, "I have to go to Chicago for work." Emergency client meeting. I tried to get out of it. I really did. He looked tired, stressed. He kissed my hand and promised we'd celebrate when he got back. I believed him. I wanted to believe him. On graduation day, I curled my hair, put on the cap and gown I had bought with my last paycheck, and waited. My parents couldn't make it. They live in another state and couldn't get the time off work. Leah, my best friend, was supposed to fly in, but her flight got canceled due to weather. So, it was just me. I sat through speeches. Listened to strangers clap for other strangers. When they called my name, I walked across that stage alone. There's a picture of me from that moment. I'm smiling, but you can see it if you look close, the sadness in my eyes. The kind of loneliness you can't fake away. Afterward, I went home, put the gown over a chair, and ordered a pizza. I sat on the couch, diploma in my lap, TV muted, eating cold pepperoni slices straight out of the box. That's when my phone buzzed. It was Leah. "Proud of you. Wish I could be there. Look who I ran into at the rooftop bar." She attached a video. I thought it was going to be something silly. Maybe one of our old classmates. Maybe a funny drunk guy dancing. Nope. It was Aaron. At a rooftop bar. Not in Chicago. In Denver. An hour away. With Kelsey. His secretary. I saw them kissing like teenagers at prom. Saw him with his hand on her lower back, whispering in her ear. Saw the way he looked at her like she was his whole world. Not me. Not his wife. Her. My hands were shaking so bad, I dropped the phone. I picked it back up and watched the video again. And again. I caught little details, like the way he was wearing the tie I had given him for Christmas. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. I called Leah. She answered on the second ring, out of breath. Girl, I'm so sorry. I didn't know he was supposed to be somewhere else. I just saw him and started filming instinctively. I hung up without saying a word. I sat there until the pizza got cold. Until the sun went down. Until my heart hardened into something new. I wasn't going to confront him right away. No. I was going to make him feel it. After that night, I didn't say a word to Aaron about what I knew. When he called the next morning, pretending to be in Chicago, I answered like nothing was wrong. When he texted me, "I'm so proud of you, babe," with a heart emoji, I texted back, "Thanks. Love you." Every time I looked at him after that, I felt sick. But I smiled. I laughed at his dumb jokes. I let him think he was safe. I started planning the dinner the very next day. I told him I wanted to have a graduation celebration. Small, just family and close friends. He said it was a great idea. He even offered to help. I picked the date, 2 weeks from then. Enough time for him to dig himself even deeper. Enough time for me to set the stage. I rented a private event room at a nice restaurant in town. One with a big screen TV mounted on the wall. I ordered decorations in my school colors, navy blue and white. Ordered a cake that said, "Congratulations, nurse," in gold letters. I sent out invites to his mom, his sister, a few of my classmates, and Leah, of course. I didn't invite a lot of my side of the family. I wanted the people closest to Aaron to see it happen. The whole time, Aaron acted normal. Like he had no clue. Some nights, he even seemed happier than usual. Maybe he thought he had pulled off the biggest lie of his life. I spent those 2 weeks barely sleeping. I kept replaying the video over and over, wondering if there were signs I had missed. I wondered if he had ever loved me at all. But I didn't cry. I couldn't anymore. I was too full of rage. I wore a white dress. Simple. Classy. Aaron told me I looked beautiful and kissed my cheek. I smiled and said, "Thanks, honey." He drove us there, humming along to the radio. I sat there, staring out the window, my heart hammering in my chest. When we got there, everyone was already inside, sipping drinks, chatting. Aaron's mom hugged me tight and told me how proud she was. I thanked everyone for coming. I stood at the front of the room, my diploma on a little stand beside me. Then I picked up the remote. I thought, I said, smiling sweetly, it would be fun to show you all a little video to celebrate how far we've come. I clicked play. The rooftop bar footage filled the big screen. The room went silent. At first, there was confusion. Then gasps. Aaron's face turned white. Kelsey's laughter, caught on camera, echoed off the walls. His mother covered her mouth with her hand. His sister shook her head slowly, like she couldn't believe what she was seeing. When the video ended, I turned back to the room. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just said, "Thank you all for celebrating this big milestone with me. I think it's time I moved on to the next chapter." I picked up my diploma, grabbed my purse, and walked out. Behind me, I heard his mother whisper, clear as day, "How could you do this to her?" I didn't look back. After I walked out of the restaurant, I didn't go home. I went to Leah's. She had set up a little after-party for me, just the two of us, with a bottle of cheap champagne and a pint of ice cream. She hugged me tight when I walked in and didn't say a word. She didn't have to. She knew. While we sat on her couch, eating straight from the carton, my phone started blowing up. Texts from Aaron. From his mom. From his sister. "Aaron, please call me. Please. I can explain." Aaron's mom. "I'm so sorry, sweetie. You didn't deserve this." His sister. "If you need anything, I'm here." The shockwaves were starting to hit. Later that night, Leah told me the rest of what she saw. Apparently, Aaron and Kelsey had been sneaking around for months. A lot of people at his work knew, but nobody wanted to get involved. Kelsey wasn't just his secretary, she was also the daughter of one of the firm's big clients. Office politics kept mouths shut. Until now. By Monday morning, the video was everywhere. Someone at the dinner, I'm guessing Aaron's sister, had sent it to a few of his coworkers. From there, it spread like wildfire. Kelsey was fired first. The company couldn't afford the scandal, not with the client relationships at stake. Aaron held on for another week. Then they asked him to resign quietly. No severance. Meanwhile, I was starting my new job at the hospital. I got my badge, my scrubs, and a fresh start. One of the senior nurses pulled me aside my second week. I saw your resume, she said. We need someone like you in leadership. There's an opening for charge nurse coming up. You should apply. I was stunned. And, for the first time in months, I felt proud. Proud of me. It didn't take long before Aaron came crawling back. He started showing up at Leah's place, begging to talk to me. He left long, rambling voicemails about how he messed up and how he still loved me. One night, I made the mistake of answering. I sat on Leah's porch, phone in hand, while he sobbed on the other end. It didn't mean anything, he said. It was stupid. I was stressed. You were so busy with school. I felt lonely. I didn't say a word. I just listened. When he ran out of excuses, he finally said it. Please, come home. I need you. I hung up without answering. Because here's the thing, he didn't need me. He needed the woman he thought would always be there to clean up his messes. And I wasn't that woman anymore. Weeks passed. Aaron kept trying to reach me. Emails, texts, flowers left on Leah's doorstep. One afternoon, he showed up at the hospital. He wasn't allowed past the front desk, but I could see him through the glass doors, holding a sad little bouquet of grocery store flowers. I turned and walked the other way. That night, he left a letter in my mailbox. It was handwritten like we were teenagers. Pages and pages of apologies. He talked about the memories we shared, the dreams we once had. He talked about how he was lost without me. I sat at my kitchen table, reading it over a cold cup of coffee, and for a minute, a tiny part of me almost felt sorry for him. Almost. Because mixed in with all the guilt and sadness was something bigger, relief. For the first time since I married him, I felt free. I threw myself into my new job. I started running shifts, supervising new nurses, helping patients and families on their worst days. It felt good to be needed for something real. Something that wasn't about pretending to be someone's perfect wife. Leah and I started going out on weekends, just the two of us. Movies, hiking trails, sometimes just sitting in coffee shops, laughing about stupid things. I wasn't just healing, I was rebuilding. Word got around town about what happened. Aaron lost most of his friends. Guys he used to golf with stopped answering his calls. People who used to admire him now looked away when he walked into a room. He tried to date again. Leah heard from a mutual acquaintance that he went after some bartender half his age, but it didn't last. Nobody wanted to be the next Kelsey. And speaking of Kelsey, she ghosted him completely after he lost his job. He burned every bridge he had. Meanwhile, I was getting invited to hospital leadership meetings, getting letters from patients' families thanking me for the care I gave. One night, after a long shift, I sat in my new little apartment, a cup of tea in my hand, and realized something. I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was thriving. It had been about 4 months since the celebration dinner. I hadn't spoken to Aaron since the night he cried over the phone. I thought maybe, finally, he would give up. But he didn't. One Saturday morning, I got a letter not from Aaron, but from a lawyer. He was trying to drag me into court. He wanted alimony. Alimony. This man, who cheated on me, humiliated me, and destroyed our marriage, was now claiming that I owed him money because he had suffered emotional distress and loss of income after the collapse of his career. I laughed so hard I scared my dog, but underneath the laughter, there was rage. He wasn't done trying to hurt me. Even now, I hired a lawyer. A good one. A woman named Carla who had the personality of a pit bull and the heart of a lion. We fought it hard. During the hearings, Aaron looked like a shell of the man he used to be. Gaunt, unshaven, sweating through his cheap suit. I kept it simple. I showed the court the video, the proof of the affair, the proof that I had supported myself through nursing school without his help. Carla shredded him to pieces. Every lie he tried to tell, she shot down like it was target practice. The judge dismissed his claim, said he was lucky I wasn't coming after him for damages. Aaron sat there, head in his hands, while the court clerk read the ruling out loud. I walked out of the courthouse, my head high, my heart pounding with something new, power. I wasn't scared of him anymore. A month after the court case ended, I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. It was Aaron's mom. I almost didn't answer, but something in me needed to hear it. Her voice was quiet, broken. "I just wanted you to know," she said. "Aaron moved back in with us. He's not doing good." There was a long pause. "I'm sorry," she said. "I'm sorry for what he did to you. You deserved better." I thanked her, hung up, and for the first time in a long time, I cried. Not for Aaron. Not for the life I lost. For the girl I used to be. The one who believed love could fix anything. The one who thought hard work and loyalty would be enough. I cried for her. Then I let her go. The next few months were calm. Peaceful even. No letters. No calls. Just work, friends, and the quiet of my own space. One evening, Leah and I were walking downtown after dinner. It was warm out, the kind of Colorado summer night that smells like grass and rain. We passed this little dive bar, the kind of place you only went if you had nowhere better to be. That's when I saw him. Aaron, behind the bar, wiping glasses with a rag. His face looked older. His shirt didn't fit right. His hair was thinning. He caught sight of me through the window. Our eyes met for half a second. I stopped walking. Leah pulled on my arm. "Come on, you don't need to see that." But I stood there a minute longer, letting him see me. See what he lost. See that I wasn't broken. That I wasn't crawling back. That I had won. Aaron put the glass down. His shoulders slumped. He didn't come outside. He didn't wave. He just turned away. And I smiled. Not a cruel smile. Not a spiteful one. Just a small, quiet smile for myself. I turned to Leah and said, "Let's go." I'm done here. And I meant it. Aaron never got his career back. Last I heard, he moved out of town to live with an old college buddy who felt sorry for him. Kelsey? She changed her name on social media and moved to another state. Nobody talks about her anymore. As for me, I got my promotion. I bought a small condo a few miles from the hospital. I kept my dog, my peace, and my pride. Sometimes at night, I sit out on my balcony, looking at the stars, thinking about everything that happened. I don't regret what I did. I don't regret walking away. And when I think about the girl in the cap and gown, sitting alone on her couch with cold pizza and a broken heart, I want to reach back through time and tell her, he didn't break you. He freed you. And that was the real celebration.